G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my NRL Round 6 recap. I'm so excited to get in this because in my opinion, this was the best round of footy that we have experienced in 2020 so far. And honestly, it made me just want to get back in the stadium. So let's get into the round that was.
Subscribe to Entertainer.
So obviously the first game, the Newcastle Knights up against the Brisbane Broncos. I tipped the Knights by 8. They won this one convincingly by 21 points. Broncos were abysmal. Obviously Xavier Coates scored a try for them. I don't know what to say. There were 2 sin binnings for the Broncos, one on Patrick Carrigan and one on Jermaine Asako. I think Patrick Carrigan's been in some good form, but I do see him missing next week's match. Big talking point in the 43rd minute, Daniel Saifidi crossing for a try. Now, if you're not following the In the Sheds podcast, you must be following right now on Instagram. I post weekly tips, and I'm going to be speaking about them because honestly, I did so well. Daniel Saifidi was the first good one of the weekend. Really good pressure put onto the Broncos by Mitchell Pearce and his kicking game, especially applying that field goal to make it 13-6 at halftime. We thought the Broncos may have been in with a chance at that point, but the Knights ran away with it. I saw the Knights win this game. Andrew McCulloch is real good for the Knights. He is real good at hooker. He's up there, in my opinion, right now for potential by the year. So the next game saw the Rabbitohs play the Warriors, and it was halftime 22-6. It was all but done for the Warriors by halftime, and the Rabbitohs running out winners 40 points to 12. Latrell Mitchell may not have scored a try, but he threw a fantastic pass to Alex Johnston. He had a real good game. Alex Johnston scored 2 tries. Campbell Graham scored in the 9th minute. Oh, so Warriors actually scored first. That's right. Warriors scored first with Dave Fusitu'a, but Campbell Graham's try was individual brilliance. I think he's an absolute young gun. So the Warriors, they play really well at the Central Coast, but away games, it's a really funny team this year. They've obviously sacked their coach, Stephen Kearney, which is massive. And I was speaking more about that on Wednesday if I can. But I think it's the wrong decision. Yes, you've had a few losses, but I don't think it's the right call. And I think the Warriors, they don't look as tough as they did the last few weeks, especially in this game. The next game was an absolute thrilling second half. The game was alright, but the second half was next level. The Penrith Panthers led 8 points to 6 over the Storm. They have only won 2 games out of the last 20 against the Storm, and boy oh boy did Penrith fight. Moment of the match was the Viliami kick-out try for me, going up over Ryan Pappenhausen, I believe, and scoring that try. Individual brilliance from the Panthers. They're a bit of a dark horse this year. Penrith already played the Knights. I was going to say I'm looking forward to Penrith playing the Knights. They're 2 kind of dark horses, but okay, Penrith and Manly. I'm looking forward to Penrith against the opponent of Manly, seeing who comes out on top there. Nathan Cleary kicked a field goal, which was nice composure there in the 76th minute, close to the end. Felice Kafusi, I backed you for a try. That was at $5. Going back to that Warriors game on In the Sheds podcast tips, I also tipped Ignatius Parsi at $8. So there you go. It wasn't too bad of a game. Liam Martin got sin-binned with a minute to go, but Penrith were real good, and they matched up against the Storm, who have been struggling as of late. The next game saw the Titans up against the Dragons. The Titans had a few fans in their stadium cheering them on. In the 76th minute, they scored, but for the most part, they weren't really great. Moe Fotuaika is underrated. I'd love to get him on the channel. If I can, I'll try. I'll try and get, that's my goal. I want to talk to Moe Fotuaika about playing for a team that's struggling and putting in such a big performance, because he is putting in top 8 worthy performances week in, week out, and I love it. As for the Dragons, I thought their lineup was completely perfect with Matt Duffy at fullback and Ben Hunt in the jersey 14 off the bench, but I still wasn't convinced with this game. I didn't think they played at their absolute best. I'm quite worried about the Dragons this year. Not much else to say. Zach Lomax missed a goal from quite in front, just waved away the left-hand side of the post, but Dragons too good, 20 points to 8. They should have won 13 plus, but the Titans, with that late try, made it a bit closer than we were all expecting. This next game saw the West Tigers lead the North Queensland Cowboys 34-0 at halftime. They put them on the sword, but the Cowboys, they came surging back to score 4 tries in the second half. Scott Drinkwater, another tip from the In the Sheds podcast. And let's not forget, in the 23rd minute, Josh Aloiai at $8 was in the multi. So there you go, Josh Aloiai. I picked a few try scorers, so I'll do it again next round. Obviously, the Tigers played really well. They scored in the 1st minute and the 7th minute, putting the Cowboy basically to bed at that point, 12-0, about 10 minutes in. But the Cowboys, they fought. They only kicked 1 out of the 4 conversions, but they played a real good game. They could have made it closer. And Kyle Felt scored 2 tries. Scott Drinkwater scored in the 52nd minute, and Easton Masters in the 72nd minute. I'm not going to lie, I thought this was a really good game. Penrith and Storm was a really good game on Friday night, and I really enjoyed this game. So yeah, this is undoubtedly the game of the year. The Parramatta Eels and the Sydney Roosters. This scoreline does not reflect the game. At halftime, it was 8-0. Parramatta's defence, as a Parramatta fan, was outstanding. The Roosters showed how quality they are. They are a stacked team. They are a premiership threat. They want to three-peat, and they showed that. What I'm going to say, though, is the refereeing was poor on both sides. There were some calls on both sides that I thought was a bit rough. And, of course, it's Ben Cummins. The loose carry from Jared Waerea-Hargreaves was a turning point for us, and that pissed me off. Sivo against Tedesco. That was a brilliant moment in the match. Satili Tupanua, if you know the moment I'm talking about, go and check that one out. I think the NRL Roast, little plug there. He posted a quite funny meme. I posted my own on Insta, but this was a really entertaining match between 2 quality sides. I really hope we get to meet the Roosters again in the final. I think it's going to teach us a lot of lessons. We've got a real tough draw coming up with the Roosters and the Raiders. It's going to be a tough game as well, but real quality game of football. It's a shame we couldn't capitalise it when we took that 10-8 lead, but the Roosters showed just how good they are, and I think everyone had a real good game. The next game saw the Canberra Raiders up against the Manly Sea Eagles, and I tipped the Raiders by 1, and Manly ended up winning by 8. 14-6. Manly, Tom Trbojevic was injured in this match. Dylan Walker was injured. Brad Parker, you went in without Moses Sully, and you went in without Martin Tapau. Round of applause to you, Manly, and Manly fans should be so happy with this win. It was a gutsy effort. I have the Raiders as premiership, and I don't know what I think of them at the moment. They are a mess. They are desperate for a win, I think, against Parramatta next week. They need to get the ball rolling. They've had some good wins against the Eels. I think it's going to be a quite entertaining match, but I'm not taking anything away from Manly here. Again, I didn't think the refereeing was the best. I thought there were some real weird calls. But for the most part, it was an enjoyable game to watch, and gutsy win from the Manly Sea Eagles. And the final game of the round saw the Cronulla Sharks up against the Canterbury Bulldogs. Canterbury Bulldogs couldn't capitalise the win, but they made it very, very close. At halftime, it was 6-6 between these sides. At full time, it was the Sharks running out winners 20-18. What have I forgotten to say? Sivo was an anytime try scorer. That was 1. And then in this match, Will Hopewate. He wasn't first try scorer, which is a shame. But Will Hopewate anytime at $4 was way too big for mine. He played in the fullback position, and he did a real good job with Dallin Waiteni-Selesniak playing in the centres. Sione Katoa scored a straight hat-trick, and new recruit for the Sharks, Bryson Goodwin, scored. Sean Johnson only kicked 2 of his conversions. I thought the Bulldogs played really well. I really thought this was a really good match between 2, sorry to say it, shit sides at the moment. The sin binning of Britton Nakora and Brandon Wakem really made it interesting as well. There was some intercept. There was a massive hit. I can't remember who it was on. It was very close to being a big shoulder charge. That dog shot from Brandon Wakem was another level. I actually didn't see why Britton Nakora was sin binned, so let me know, because me and Blaze were obviously streaming this game, and we were kind of talking with the comment section, and we missed that. But I thought this was a really good game. I thought the Bulldogs played a good game. I thought Kieran Foran was good, but the Sharks were a little bit too good. And I think that win will help Chad Townsend and his state of mind at the moment. There's a lot of negativity with it towards him, and I think he had a really good game. But all round, a great round of footy. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the round 6 recap. Make sure you check out the In the Sheds podcast where we recently had Tetaroa Turangi, I probably pronounced that wrong, from the Chiefs Super Rugby team, and it was a fantastic podcast. Make sure you check out Wednesday at 4 p.m. We will have our All Sports where we're speaking about Premier League. We'll be speaking about your AFL, which AFL is currently going on right now. Port Adelaide versus Fremantle. That's going to do us for tonight. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, go and comment on the giveaway video. That'll be announced within the next week. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, and that'll do us for this week, and I'll see you guys next time.